Price action trading relies on reading the candlesticks as they are printing on a chart, and these candles are representation of current price. If I want to navigate a price action correctly, I need to follow price action rules, which help me identify high probability setups. So what is the structure telling me right now? Well, I can see that the downtrend had a tiny break, moved to a new extreme, and I have very strong push above the exponential moving average. This is a 21 bar exponential moving average, just a supportive indicator. And once I see a move on the chart, my goal is to always find a channel that would make candles fit nicely, because there's always a channel being present on the chart. Now we have a break new extreme, but instead of prices correcting, the market keeps going higher, which is telling me, okay, the structure is way more bullish and there's probably a bigger channel, bigger pattern being developed. So there are a couple of options that I can use how I'm going to identify the channel. And you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be close. Because as price action will develop more, you will get more information and you will fine tune your channel properly. So I can either select a wider channel like this, which fits really well, or I can see that we have a kind of like a spike and I can look for potential spike in a channel. And like I said, doesn't really matter which channel you use exactly. At first, I recommend sticking with just this one because this is very easy to identify and we're closing outside this channel, which in price action, we're not looking for reversal. No, we're looking for prices to test this latest high. We expect for prices to create new extreme. But can I go long? Well, even though this is a nice bullish bar and it's quite tempting, I can't really go long just yet because there's a downtrend being present. The trend line rule applies not for the main channels only, but also for the tight against trend corrections. Okay, this is a micro trend in itself. So the downtrend is still in play. I would need to see a two-legged pullback, second entry long, and I'm gonna count from the latest highest high because we're in uptrend. I'm counting for long entries from each new high. So this is the highest high of this entire push up, and I'm watching if there's a break above bar's high. So there's no break here, no break above this bar, no break above this bar, and there's going to be a break above this bullish bar, which is very likely because the bar is closing on its very high strong momentum. There's going to be first entry long trigger. But like I said, I want to see second entry long to like a pullback high probability setup. Market likes to move in pairs of twos, and it never formed, and we already created new extremes. So unfortunately, there is no way for me to get on board on this trade. It was a quick, easy scalp. That's what the strategy is about. But this was just a first entry long. So unfortunately, no way for us. But this is telling you already some information. If just a first entry long is generating such a strong move up, you know, the market is very bullish. We didn't even manage to break the EMA. And we have another very strong rejection. So this was the point where I reassessed the structure because I can see EMA rejecting strongly. Bearish pullbacks are minimal. So I draw this spike in a channel because right now it's getting fourth confirmation. Now, if you're watching this and you have a spike in a channel, and like I said, you don't have to be perfect. This is about getting the experience, and with more price action, you're able to tweak the channel. So now I'm getting more information because the price action is going sideways. Can I go long? I can't really go long because notice we have small congestion form. You can see we have 10 bars stacked right next to each other. This is indecision, small congestion, and most breakouts may fail. So even though this spike and chance is getting confirmed, I can't really go long just yet. Okay. Okay, now we have a micro new high, first entry long, second entry long, but the congestion is still in play. You can see 15 bars stacked right next to each other. This is no trade zone, a lot of stims, a lot of overlap area. So you can't really go long here, even though it is tempting. You just have to be patient. Remember, you only want to follow the price action rules, and this is a no trade zone, this is a congestion. Now, how you trade congestion? Well, you have two options. You're either going to take the breakout pullback because most breakouts will fail. So there's going to be breakout to the upside. Price is going to come back, test this area, and you're going to go long. Or there may be breakout to the downside and you're going to fade it. Fading means trading it in the opposite direction because we trade it up and we expect new extreme for this spike in a channel. So notice we have massive bullish bar, rejection, strong failed breakout. So this is exactly following price action rules because you have failed breakout. And notice you can see that this visually looks like a first leg down, break, second leg down. So the breakout pullback scenario, it's not there, but we have the two-legged pullback. In addition to failed breakout, there's a great bullish bar and you need to get new high because you're only thinking about buying, okay? The trend needs to get new extreme. This is a congestion, you broke lower, so you're combining the failed breakout with the fact that you need the new high. This is a great signal marks to the first high probability setup for the day. Now, if you're not sure about this setup, you're expecting a high-low confirmation setup, which never formed because there was no pullback, no first entry short below this. Unfortunately, you didn't get high-low. So now I have break a new high. So I'm really gonna be careful. Now I can see that the structure, the main pattern, is resembling a trend range. So I'm gonna redraw support, resistance, because you can see move down, move up. Okay, this is still looking bullish. Once again, how does this area look? This is clearly very similar to this. So once again, congestion, 10 bar stack right next to each other, no trade zone. Now you have very strong bullish bar. You can see how strong the price action is. This is quite unusual, but when I'm watching this, there's also a case to be made for possibly even a wider channel like this. But because I just extended this one, I made it after the initial channel. You know, a lot of times you will not have so many channels with the breaks and new extremes, and you're going to redraw them. So it's not easy to trust this channel just yet, but price action fits well either way. Even if you have this spike pattern channel and you're really confident, can you go long? Unfortunately, we cannot. The same issue as here, because you have no room to get out before these highs. This is too congested. If you have a bar that is closing a little bit lower, let's say here, and you have a lot of room to get out so you can get the scalp, you can go long, because here you're buying low. Okay, this is a trend range. This area and this area is basically a trend range. You need to buy low, and you need to buy low. Here we don't have that much room, so even this bigger spike in a channel is confirming, but you know, it's a little bit too congested. So market keeps working higher. Okay, we're breaking the channel. Now there's really no way for me to take any setup. Remember, high probability setup needs to fit the context. You need to have the right key entry point, and it needs to be high probability setup. Let's see what's gonna happen. And we're pushing above EMA. Okay, so once I saw this, I definitely redrew this spike in a channel, and it looks like the bulls are looking to get new high even for this spike in a channel. So I'm just trying to read the price action as best as I can. Okay, important thing for me is to know that I cannot go short just yet. And now this channel had new extreme. So every single opportunity right now is pretty much gone, because every single channel had new extreme. So I'm pausing my longs. Okay, now following the channel rule, I'm pausing my longs. We have more resistance being built at the top. Now this is interesting setup, because price action, you can see EMA is flattening, it's getting more range-like, but you know, very hard to pull the trigger here. You need to be way more experienced, but you can see that the structure is entering a new cycle, a trend range. If you want to predict reversal, what is the setup you're expecting? A failed second entry long. We have a new high. I'm always counting from the new high because I'm cutting for longs now. I'm not cutting for longs to go long, I'm cutting for longs to fail. So you have a first entry long, failed, and now we have a second entry long. And notice new high, first entry long, second entry long, failure. So this right here is a failed second entry long. But notice my signal bar. You would have to sell below this bullish bar. Now you can actually enter double bar entry, because you have a new high, first entry long, second entry long, failure. And if there's going to be trigger below this bar, that's when the entry will trigger. So because you have a break new high, resistance formed, and the failed second entry long is reversed, but you can't take lower high just yet. You want to see the reversal pattern, the trap, because all the bulls buying the second entry long too late are going to get trapped. The uptrend played out. You know, this is aggressive, because fortunately here you can see the bearish bar actually closed at the same level as the low of the previous bar. So the double bar entry here is very reliable. So I can definitely see why you would like this trade. I was hoping for some nice stronger bearish bar, so I was patient here, because at this point I'm still thinking that the price session is going to be eventful. But as you will see, today was still after trading holiday price session, so it was very slow. It was quick, easy scalp. I'm going to redraw the downtrend. Okay, can I go short? I cannot go short because we're back above the EMA, horrible doji. It's too flat, too congested, and plus we're making higher lows every single time and higher highs. So at this point, it's not so clear. And remember, you don't want to be guessing. You only want to take setups where you know you're confident you read the price action correctly. So there are going to be areas on the chart where you just have to be honest and you just have to be patient and let the price action develop. You're not looking for setups on every single candle. That's not how price action trading works, okay? Because you need all the rules combined and they need to align. You can't just be shooting everything that moves. Okay, you have a failed second entry short, which was very tempting. New low, first entry short, second entry short. But this downtrend doesn't have a new low. And it's still part of congestion. So this is the area on the chart where just bias is not clear. Who knows what can happen here? It's too sideways. I was thinking possible high-low above EMA because I even widened this channel. Can we get a high-low confirmation? The failed second entry short. So I truly know that the bias is bullish, but we can't get it. It's below EMA. I can't take it. I need to see EMA hold. So you can see this is just terrible congestion. It's got to be patient. One thing is for certain, you can see the price action shift, and there's a market cycle, brand new one that is taking precedence. Notice we started with bullish market cycle that evolved after break new high into a trend range. Typical flat EMA is telling you, okay, you're in trend range. A lot of price swings up and down. So you need to be careful selling into these lows. Okay, I cannot go long just yet, however. Okay, this downtrend needs to get new extreme. You have a new low, first entry short. Pullback, I'm going to make it a little bit lower just to make it fit better. Something like this. And notice you have a second entry short. New low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short. You have visual two-legged pullback. This downtrend is new low. The key entry point EMA is indicating rejection, and you have also small triple test. So this setup would be second entry short and triple test. But look at my signal bar, straight bullish doji, and I can't take double bar entry because this bar is closing way too close to these lows. You know, there's no room to scalp out. So you expect new low for the downtrend. It looks visually like a two-legged pullback. There's a triple test combined with the EMA. So it makes sense to get a scalp for this downtrend. But because the signal bar is horrible and you have no room to get out, you know, I can't really take it, unfortunately. Now we have new extreme. Can I go long? Not yet. I would need to see push above EMA and failed second entry short. This downtrend never really broke above the EMA. I was really thinking bullish here that we're going to push above EMA, and that never happened, and market continued working lower. So unfortunately, this would have been a good setup if we have solid signal bar, but you know, the signal bar is really bad. So I'm just going to be waiting, being patient. I have a new low, first entry short, and price action keeps working higher. I'm going to redraw short and uptrend. New low, first entry short. As I can see, price action working higher. I'm expecting a failed second entry short back into this trend range. And now we have failed second entry short. If there's going to be trigger above this bullish bar, okay, I'm always using this as a signal bar. Sometimes traders ask me, how do you know that this is going to be a failed second entry short? There is no trigger. Okay, I don't know that just yet. I'm anticipating this because this is a bullish bar and this is serving as a signal bar because it is closing bullish. So chances are the price is going to continue higher. So this is signaling to me possible failed second entry short, new low, first attempt to sell, pull back, second attempt to sell. And you can see there was no break above this bar high. So there was no trigger. So the entry never formed. So this example, okay, if you're thinking about going long here, you just have to cancel the order. It is inside bar as well. So unfortunately it was quick, easy scalp, but we never really got a chance to enter regardless because there was no trigger above this bar right here. Okay, and you can see once again indecision. I'm gonna make my channel wider like this. Break new extreme. So the uptrend played out with the break new high, but EMA is completely flat. So much sideways movement. You know, very hard to see what is the bias. You can't pretty much put the finger on the price action here. So just one of those areas where you have to be patient. Okay, we have a spike down. I'm going to redraw the downtrend again. We have break new low. Okay, price action is reversing. We have a new low, first entry short. I can see that we have kind of like a first leg down, break, second leg down. Market likes to move in pairs of twos. But we only have first entry short failure, high, low, horrible bar. Can't really take that. Okay, so now that the structure is reversing bullish, I'm taking into consideration this bullish channel. And finally, the structure is getting a little bit clear because we have this shortened channel being in place. So I'm expecting second entry long to like a pullback at the EMA. But we only have first entry long. And now we have a new extreme again. So unfortunately, no way for me to take a long here. But on those days, we have a new high. So we're pausing our long setups. You can see this is really whipsaw. Zoom out to remind yourself the main structure. This is plain trend range, just up, down, up, down, up. So chances are the next move is probably down. Uptrend played out, so let's see what's gonna happen below EMA. Okay, you have first entry long, pullback. Okay, you have a second entry long, failure. And I'm gonna draw a wide downtrend. I'm not drawing tight one because if I'm gonna draw a tight one, I'm expecting this uptrend to continue. But because you have break new high, there's a chance that we may reverse down, you know. This is a solid bar, felt second entry long, you may consider, but at this point the market is about to close, so I can only mark it for educational purposes. New high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, failure, reversal pattern, and you made the scalp. You keep your stop loss one tick below the signal bar if you're buying and one tick above the signal bar if you're selling. So you can see this is why you never move your stop loss, because this the pullback, there can be a noise that is typical. Market may not go lower instantly. That's the best scenario you want, but sometimes it may take a long time. So you can see your stop was okay and you had new low first entry, second entry short, but at this point is getting too late. So what is really important to remember on a day like this is to admit there are areas on the chart where you're just not sure what is happening. You don't know what is the main bias. You're not sure if your key entry point is correct. You're redrawing the channels back and forth, back and forth. You really shouldn't be looking for setups on every single candle. You want to make sure you understand what is the context. You want to make sure you're trusting your key entry point and you're taking a good high probability setups. I see it a lot, especially with beginner traders. They're so excited to trade and they're so eager to find a setup. They're looking for setup on every single candle and they think it's going to be a good trade and they're guessing, they're gambling. If you're guessing and you don't know exactly what's going on, you're just hoping that the coin flip is going to be on your side. That's not really the way how you want to approach it, because it is much harder to shake off that losing trade. It is very easy to get over the trade where you just follow the rules and the trade ends up being a losing trade, because that will happen. That is part of trading, but you follow the rules. But when you're going to go back and do your chart review and you're going to see that you just was guessing, you are honest and you didn't know exactly what's going on, you're just hoping that you will get the quick little scalp. That's really hard to shake this one off, and it will force you to make mistakes in the future as well. This one really stings, so it's not really worth it to be gambling. So this was just one of those days where the price action was very, very slow, way too choppy, and one of those days where you just have to be patient and pay your dues. So good luck with your trading.